are extremely aware that you have not acknowledged us at all year. And unless we've asked you something very specific, something that to do with work, you have acknowledged us.
I took in a homeless student for a visit, and I did not need to be interrogated twice, reprimanded twice, admonished in 2 letters twice. You're threatening my job. You told me 4 times during that meeting, I'm here to work. I'm the person who gets here early, stays late, like work till 5 o'clock some days. It was way over the top. It's like you were just looking to crush me. I took in a former student for a visit. And at that point, it was like 12:15, it was an hour and a half left. I had to drive her back to a homeless venue. I mean, it wasn't necessary. I just didn't see that. It's the double standard. I see other people coming in. You know, you made it seem as though I committed some kind of federal crime. It was a visit, so you could say goodbye. That's all it was. You should have said, Steve, you did a nice thing. Just please make this a one-time job, one-time event. That's it. But twice to be interrogated, reprimanded, and then I'm meeting a week later again, and we're in front of a firing squad. I just, you know, I don't get the point.
Because the meeting was not for me to pass judgment of whether you do things right in your life or not, or if you're caring or you're doing the right thing individually for a student. If I address you about work, if I ask you to do something, you have a conversation with me. If I need help with something with technology, you do it. You were not, there was no rating or comment or anything that you do not do your work.
One of the things I knew I was going to cut back, and actually was the only thing I cut back, was making those videos, because it entailed me staying at the school, which was explained to you by, she actually emailed you and said, I'm not doing that because it entails staying at the school. This was asking me to stay after work, because then during the first student month ceremony, you had to say in front of the entire TSP student body and all staff members, well, we don't have the video, we don't have the music anymore, but to actually insult me and try to embarrass me in front of everybody, to the point where somebody actually came up to me afterwards and said, yeah, how come you're not doing that anymore? But that's what you did.
The
Calling
intent
things that
was not to embarrass
But
you.
why would you say in front of everybody?
Because it's not happening.
It was time well spent on your behalf to benefit the students. Did it benefit, make the thing exciting, more exciting for me? Yes, but it benefited the students, which is why I asked you.
But you're missing the point, I think, by you saying that in front of everybody, in front of all the entire TSB student body and the staff, well, we don't have the music, we don't have the video, that was a shot at me.
Well, I'm hearing you say it now, but I did not feel that at the time. What I'd like to know is, do you have any intention in the areas that you were marked as developing to make improvements for the next school year? Do you have any plans?
Well,
do you have
first of
any
all,
actions that you think you could
The
do?
bigger issue
For
is
those
that
two
for
areas.
you to say that I don't collaborate with colleagues is absurd. Do you have any knowledge of what I do?
I think we have some knowledge,
Yeah?
yes. And I will take
When it
this
comes to
so that I
collaborating,
can learn more.
well, when it
about
comes
what
to
you do.
collaborating with colleagues, are you aware of who, I don't just work on the yearbook and the newsletter. Are you aware of who puts together all the lists for lunch? Who
Yes,
creates that?
I've been told
Who
that.
creates everything to do with the Gmail accounts?
The
Who put
yeah.
together the list for cafe, for retail, for watercolors?
Yes.
Who does all of that?
Yes, I've been told.
Okay. Are you all put together the tickets for the show on the other side? I
Yeah,
mean,
Steve made the tickets
I do
for
it all.
us this year,
okay.
so we are.
When someone is out, who do you think
pretty
they ask? Me to fill in. I don't leave the building. I don't collaborate with colleagues. To say that I'm developing, there is nobody at TSP who does more outside the classroom than me, and I can say that hands down. There is nobody who goes above and beyond going outside of the classroom to do others like I do. I'm asked constantly to fix a smartboard, to fix their computer. I monitor all of those lists, whether it's on the Gmail or whether it's the breakfast list, the lunch list. I mean, who do you think does all this stuff? Who do you think does this? Who do you think is applying it with pictures? You asked me, am I a one-person committee with the yearbook? I found that pretty underhanded when you said that, like as though you're implying something I can't work with others.
No.
They're always asking me things, constantly. It's constant. I'm spending time after school, putting this information together. I was asked to do the program. I had to go around to every single teacher to get their rosters over and over again. Changes were made constantly. This wasn't good enough, that wasn't good enough. I actually went over to duplication afterwards. I'm stapling every single program on my own.
Well, you have the students helping, but that's who
But
you
I'm
told me
obviously
was helping
monitoring
you.
all that, but
You know,
right.
the students and yourself, you basically indicated, the yearbook at TSP was a committee, the yearbook for BLC is a committee, and it was they were hard pressed to finish the project even with a group of people. I asked you, is this a committee of one, not out of disrespect, but to say, why are you doing it yourself? You should have help.
The bottom line is that I
There's not a
can,
committee, in other words.
I can certainly not ask anybody to say, good morning, hello, goodbye, good night, or even attempt to have any casual chit chat.
why didn't you tell me that before if you felt that was an issue? Why is it saying this right now? Why did
I
you
probably
wait?
should have. You know why? Because I thought that maybe it would improve over time.
You can say I'm guilty of letting it simmer, but so are the both of you. There was no intent. I mean,
We talked a lot about it.
with each other,
Yeah.
not with me. But the thing that really gets to me is to say that I don't collaborate with colleagues. Tell me things that have come up, like in what areas do they feel that I'm not being cooperative?
I have a feeling it's because it's more about just how you describe yourself. That you're a person that you're like, I'm here to do my job, how you roll, so to speak. So I guess people perceive that as this sometimes.
I don't feel like coming in the morning and engaging in chit chat and hearing everybody griping. You know, it's a complaint fest. I don't want to deal with it. I hear it. I don't want to
Too
hear
much.
it. I just don't want to. It's just a different environment. I don't want to hear it. It's just nonstop griping. It's not for me.
Yeah.
You know, I do what I have to do. I get along with people. I kid around with them. I have fun when
You're a
I
great
want to have
subject
fun.
number. We have information we didn't have before. And then we sometimes change things.
Right? What she's saying is people come with
have to
additional
do that.
conversation. We have a conversation. They come with additional evidence of their own performance. And it
Conversation
persuades
Okay.
us to reevaluate the rating that was given.
Here's my big issue. I've been this way, how I am, doing for others for years. For you to suddenly go and give me a developing and collaborating with colleagues is coming out of nowhere, and I can't help but think it was personalized.
No. So that's
Okay,
why I brought
fine,
the other
but then
one.
how can
And I would
you
like to
possibly,
relook at your
but how can you
evidence.
possibly, after all these years of doing everything for everybody, I hate to be blunt about it, how can you possibly say that I'm developing? You know what I do around, do you know what I do around here?
Well, you keep asking me.
Okay,
And
but
I think I do.
Okay.
But you've provided me with additional information and evidence, which I'm going to look at. right?
I want
So
to
can't
know, I
undo
want to
that
know
piece.
how initially you would even come up and say that I'm developing but collaborating with colleagues, based on everything that I do for everybody else. How could you say that?
It is based on that it's more perceived about it's the feedback of how some people are fearful or hesitant or reluctant to communicate or interact with you,
Besides the two of you.
besides the two of us, or I wouldn't have rated it about other people, 'cause to work with you or get things from you.
The word collaborate is complicated. So collaborating is probably a feeling that people have sometimes. And when I use it in an observation or an evaluation, what you're so good at is you really support the program in a lot of different ways. And it's bulleted out in the tasks that you do, the time you spend, the time you spend again, whatever, the repeating, that kind of thing, that you do all the time. I don't know that that's actually collaborating. It's really supportive of the program.
Tasks that I'm asked to do by people. They say, do this for me, and I do it.
Right.
So that's collaborating. I'm doing it because they're not, but I'm doing this for them.
Right.
So you're using semantics, yes, it's supporting the program, but I'm also collaborating with all these people who ask me to do this. They come to me all the time. Okay, I'm not going out drinking afterwards. I'm not going to your party. There is nothing I didn't do for anybody.
Okay.
Right, so you're saying, no, I don't, yeah. Right.
I don't say no.
Okay.
I mean, I'm even told by people, why don't you ever say no? It's not my nature.
Do you ever really feel like you want to say no? I'm curious.
I always feel bad. That's just my nature. I just find it hard to believe that you could, as you sat down and evaluated me when it comes to that particular subject, collaborating with colleagues, in any way, shape, or form, say that I'm much worse now than I ever was before when I do more than ever.